everyone. In this session, we are starting with the next phylum. The name of the phylum is Coelenterata. It is also known as Cnidaria. We will look at the characteristic features of Coelenterata, or it is also known as Cnidaria. So after that, after studying the characteristic features, we will learn the diagrams of the organisms comes under this family, and then examples. The very most important concept in this phylum is example. We will see 3 or 4 examples. 3 examples means animals which comes under this phylum. Okay, so the next character. So the first character, what we used to write the first character whenever we speak about the phylum, the habitat first, or if any specific feature is there for phylum, we used to speak of that specific nature, or will directly move on to the habitat of this phylum organisms. The first character which I want to tell, which I want to write in this phylum is the Coelenterata family members. The organisms are aquatic, that too in aquatic form. We can say aquatic means maybe they are of freshwater forms or they are marine water forms. There is chances of presence of the animals in freshwater also. If we use the word aquatic, only to avoid that confusion, I'll write the exact location where they used to live in aquatic form, that is marine form. They are marine form. It means they used to live in oceans, sea water. Okay, so the next is some of them are sessile. Under this I'll write, or some of them will be free swimming animals. What about sessile or free swimming animals? How to describe that sessile? Sessile means it is nothing but non-motile. They are going to fix to one position throughout their life cycle. They'll fix to that position and they'll end their life. So that type of nature or that kind of animals, those who do not move at all or non-motile organisms, we used to call them as sessile. Some of them are sessile form. There some of them available in the sessile form, and some of them are available in free swimming or free living. Free living or free swimming, both are correct. And I'd like to mention this character in the previous phylum. The previous phylum is phylum Porifera, or it is also known as sponges. Whatever the examples we learned yesterday, one is Cycon, Euspongia and Spongilla. These 3 are known as sessile forms, sessile organisms. After that, after this character, they have tissue level of organization. The body is radially symmetrical, and at the embryonic stage they are known to be diploblastic organisms. Now, what do you mean by tissue level of organization? Tissue level of organization means the body is made of only some of the type of tissues. They are not having a particular organ or organ systems. So that's why we used to call that as tissue level of organization, and they can cut into two equal halves from any plane. From any plane we can cut into two equal halves. That kind of organisms, that type of symmetry is known as radially symmetrical. Okay. And then diploblastic organisms in sense, at the embryonic stage, when the animal is at the larval stage, embryonic stage, they are having only one outer ectoderm layer and inner endoderm layer, only having two germ layers at the embryonic stage, is known to be diploblastic organisms. It is commonly known as Cnidaria. The phylum Coelenterata, commonly known to be Cnidaria. Why the name derived? From where the name, the phylum name came? Do it have any special features? Do the animals have any special features so that the Cnidaria, the phylum name Cnidaria came? Yes, it is. They have Nidoblasts at the or on the tentacles of the body. Now, so to understand this character, we have to see the diagram of the animal. So I'll take one example from this Coelenterata phylum. One example is Aurelia. It is a free swimming animal, and it looks like umbrella shape, having tentacles on the body. So these are all the tentacles. One tentacle, one more, like this number of tentacles it possesses, and it has an oral arm so these are the four oral arm. So I will come to this little bit later. Let me complete the meaning of this character. So what we said just now, we said they have nidoblasts these have nidoblast on the tentacle. Consider this is one tentacle, okay, an enlarged portion I am showing here. At this position they possess nidoblast. Now what do you mean by that? What is nidoblast? So I'm going to draw the diagram which shows the structure of Nidoblast. So this is important one. Usually they used to ask in the examination to write the function of Nidoblast. So they'll ask to mention any two function of Nidoblast, or else they used to ask why from where the phylum name Nidaria came. I'll come to that. Let me complete this diagram. So this is the Nidoblast. So you're not getting anything, right? Let me explain this. At the end position, consider this is the tentacle. At this position, the specialized organ, a specific organ is present at this place, known to be Nidoblast. Okay, so this is the Nidoblast. What is the special character present in this Nidoblast? They are for anchorage and capturing the prey. The function of Nidoblast is anchoring and capturing the prey. Anchoring means it's not like speaking in front of the people, it's not the hosting the program. Anchoring means it used to fix, with the help of this Nidoblast, this animal used to fix to any of the one place, any of the place. So if it want to stick on to the place, with the help of the Nidoblast, it used to stick. It means what? Anchoring. Capturing the prey means what? You can see a whip-like structure over here. Through this, so again it is having little bit pretty much long, lengthier. So where the leftover whip-like structure, from the whip-like structure, the leftover whip-like structure or the flagella is present inside the Nidoblast cell. Whenever whenever the prey comes over to the aurelia, just consider if the food is present next to the tentacle or next to the animal, what it used to do, with the help of this whip-like structure, it used to capture the food. What type of animal, what type of food it is going to capture? Any type of organism, heterotrophs, it used to capture. So for the capturing and all, it uses its Nidoblast. In the Nidoblast, it has a lengthier whip-like structure. It doesn't have any particular name. Okay, so because of the presence of this unique feature, or it is the name of this organ is Nidoblast, the family name, the family name has derived. Okay, and one more thing I want to tell here, the Nidoblast, it possesses a stinging capsules. So this is a sharp stinging capsule known as Here I'll write nematocyst. Okay, stinging capsule or nematocyst. Okay, got it. So nidoblast, don't forget the word nidoblast and where it is present, what is the function of it, and what do you mean by nematocyst or stinging capsules. So all these are important. Now next is one more is there. Let me write the function of nidoblast. One more function. It also use its nidoblast for the defense, for the self defense. It uses its nidoblast. If any animal is coming to capture this animal, it uses its nematocysts or whip-like structure to escape from that animal. Okay, so the next is they have central gastrovascular cavity. Central gastrovascular cavity with a single mouth or single opening. So consider this is the structure I am drawing, the beside of the areola. Again I am taking the same example here, areola. So areola, whatever I draw in the previous diagram, that was the upper part. Below to that, how the arrangements, let me show you. Consider these are all the tentacles and these are all the tentacles, and this is the oral arm, and at this position it possesses a central gastrovascular cavity at this place, and it has an opening at the lower level, like, so that one was the upper level, or the diagram which is showing the dorsal surface or anterior surface or the upper part, you can say, and the lower part will be like this, and at the hypostomatic region, upper part is known as epistomatic region or epistoma, the lower part is known as hypostoma. So this is this is known to be hypostome, or sorry, it's not hypostome. This is the mouth present at the hypostomatic region. So consider this is the lower part or hypostomatic region. In the hypostomatic region, it has an opening called mouth. Mouth is present at the hypostomatic region, hypostoma. So this region is the hypostoma region, and the opening is known as a mouth, and the cavity which is present after the mouth is known to be gastrovascular cavity, and the digestion is extracellular or intracellular. The digestion is going to take place outside the cell or inside the cell. Okay, so that is the meaning of this description. So you got my point? No. So this is the lower part of Aurelia or jellyfish. So the lower region or lower part is known to be hypostoma. In the hypostoma region, it has a small opening known as mouth, and next to the mouth or next to the opening, the small opening, it possesses gastrovascular cavity. And the next is some of the cnidarians, for example, corals. Have you seen the corals? The corals, the skeleton of these corals are made of calcium carbonate. The skeleton, exoskeleton or whatever the skeleton is made of calcium carbonate. Okay, so just mark this word because they used to ask for 1 mark. What is the skeleton of corals is made of? Your answer should be calcium carbonate. And so coral, what actually the coral is? Coral is an example, comes under this phylum. Okay, and the next is the cnidarians. They possess, they exist in 2 basic forms. So my dear student, just concentrate this character because this is pretty much new concept for you. 2 basic form. One is polyp and the second one is medusa. Now, what is polyp and what is medusa? I'll tell the meaning of these two, literally what they used to call. Literally how we can understand what is polyp and what is medusa. So, though it is coming under this phylum, some of the cnidarians, some of the coelenterata animals, they exist in 2 forms. One is polyp form and one is medusa form. Polyp is a sessile one, a non-motile organism, and medusa is free swimming or free living organism. That's the difference between polyp and medusa. Then now, what do you mean by 2 basic form? Let me draw one cycle, life cycle, so that you'll come to know what I am speaking here. To show you, I am drawing this diagram. This is just an extra information only to make you understand the name, the polyp and medusa. Okay, again I am taking the same example. The name of the example is Aurelia. Consider this is the Aurelia. Just understand this, no need to draw this and all. Okay, so this is one. What is this? Jellyfish, Aurelia is present. So this Aurelia, it releases, when it releases gametes, male Aurelia releases sperm, female Aurelia releases egg. Consider this is the what is this? Sperm and egg. Now what next? Here will be the formation of zygote. Don't forget, this is the free form, free living organism. Freely it can swim in the aquatic water body. When it releases the gametes, it fuses with one another and it forms a zygote. After the zygote, it forms somewhat like this type of structure. And then after that, after much more development, it becomes like this, and this is a sessile one, and this is also a sessile body. Sessile means it's not going to move anywhere else. Sessile. And then after this, just label this. This is a polyp form. Okay, so this polyp structure or this polyp animal, it is going to release or it is going to synthesize asexually a new free living organism known as Aurelia. Basically or primarily, the Aurelia looks somewhat like this, and it develop further, and this comes to this exact structure. It is known as medusa. Now, this is the life cycle of what? Aurelia, animal Aurelia. So, this is how it is going to complete its life cycle. In its life cycle, here we can see two forms. One is free living form, this is medusa, and one more is polyp form, which is not at all going to move from to any place, to any of the place. And this medusa, it is going to release the male and female gamete. Male medusa is going to release the sperm, female is going to release the egg. When it releases the egg and sperm, it means what? Medusa is going to reproduce by means of sexually. Okay, and then after the formation of zygote, after finishing the fertilization, it comes to the ephyra stage, and then finally it reaches to the polyp stage. After that, it is not going to end its life cycle. Again, it continue its life cycle by releasing some of the free living organisms by means of asexual reproduction. Somewhere here from this region, it releases this kind of structure. So what actually it is? This is the basic structure or the young juvenile stage of Aurelia. When it matures, when it grows further, it becomes like this. Okay, so this is the juvenile stage of Aurelia, and then an adult form when it releases the egg and sperm and egg. After the fusion, it forms what is this? A sessile body known as polyp. Again, it releases some kind of organisms by means of asexual reproduction takes place. Through this asexual reproduction, the organisms, whatever the organisms are going to release, those organisms will be a free living one. In one life cycle, we saw two forms, polyp and medusa. This alternation of generation seen in one organism known as metagenesis, not morphosis, metagenesis. If you didn't get this point, just ask me one more time. Okay, so metagenesis, formation of two forms in one life cycle known to be, or we can call it as alternation generation. At that time, it is not going to release the egg and this asexual reproduction. one after the other, one after the other. Like this, alternatively, it is going to synthesize, it is going to produce a new life. It is known as metagenesis. Okay, so here we can see both the sexual and asexual type of reproduction. Some of them are hermaphrodite. Okay, now next is some of the Nidarians are polyps, like Hydra and Obelia. Hydra and Adamsia, not Obelia, Adamsia. It means what? Hydra and Adamsia, they are the Nidarian organisms, Nidarian animals. Earlier what we saw, the Nidaria, like Aurelia, that is a free living organism. But here some of the organisms are there, they are not going to move from one place to other place, they used to stick on to the one place. So those are known to be a sessile one or a polyp one. They used to release their organisms, they used to release their free living organisms, but the main form is a sessile one or a polyps. We can call it as a polyp. When I draw the diagram, you will come to know what I am talking here. So coming to the examples of this phylum Coelenterata, they have examples are as follows. Aurelia, one is Aurelia, second one is Physalia, Adamsia. So Adamsia, one example, it is known as C. anemone. C. anemone. Few more are there. So here I will write. After the Adamsia, the fourth example is Penacula. Common name to this is C. Penacula, and next is Gorgonia. Common name of Gorgonia is C. fan. One more is there, Meandrina. Here I will write, this is the fifth example. Sixth one is Meandrina. C. brain. See, brain. Sixth one, meandrina or brain coral. It looks like the human brain. Okay, so this is all about the phylum Coelenterata or Cnidaria. Okay, so let me complete this. Let me revise these characters one more time. The characters are as follows. Still I have to draw the diagram. Don't miss the diagram. So the first one is, they are aquatic ones. And in the aquatic, in which water they used to live? Only in marine water. They are not they are, some of the organisms are sessile or free swimming. The body possesses tissue level of organization and they are radially symmetrical. Any plane can cut the body into two equal halves, and at the embryonic stage they possess two germ layers. One is outer ectoderm, number two is inner endoderm, and they have a special feature, a special organ known as Nidoblasts, which is present on the tentacles, present on the body. On the body tentacles they have Nidoblasts. Those Nidoblasts are meant to be anchoraging, capturing the prey and for the defense. And next is, they have at the hypostomatic region, they have a central gastrovascular cavity, and over there itself they possess a small opening known as mouth. At which position they have that mouth? At the hypostome, and the digestion is extracellular or intracellular. Yesterday while explaining the intracellular digestion, I explained that intracellular means inside the cell. The digestion is takes place inside the cell. It doesn't have a particular stomach and all. The food, whatever it catches, it captures the food, it directly digested by the cell. Maybe in some of the organism the digestion takes place outside the cell. And some of the Cnidarian family members known as corals, whatever I have written here, Penatula, Gorgonia, Meandrina, they are known as corals. Okay, their skeleton is made of calcium carbonate. Okay, they possess or they exhibit in two form. One form is polyp and second form is medusa. This form, the polyp form, is non-motile and the medusa form is freely swimming. Okay, the organisms, some of the organisms like Aurelia, their life cycle completes by alternation generation. This process or this mechanism is known as metagenesis. And some of the Cnidarians they exhibit or they complete their life cycle, or they exit, or they'll be in the form of polyps. They are not going to the position, like they are not going to swim freely over all their life cycle. Those are known as polyps. Okay, so the polyp example, whatever the Cnidarian polyps are present, those are Hydra and Adamsia. And coming to the examples of Cnidarian family or Coelenterata family, one is Aurelia or jellyfish, And Physalia, Portuguese man of war. Why it is known as Portuguese man of war? Portuguese man of war or man o' war is known as man of bottle or blue water. So you must have seen. Let me complete this. Later I'll draw the diagram and I'll tell you. Physalia, and then Adamsia. Adamsia is known as sea anemone. This Adamsia is a polyp form, polyp animal. And Penatula. Why it is known as sea pen? It looks like a pen. That's why it is known as sea pen. What is why it is known as sea fan? Gorgonia is known as sea fan. Why? Because Chinese fan, you might have seen the Chinese fan. No, same, the Gorgonia resembles the fan. That's why they have given the name, common name, sea fan. One more is there, Meandrina. It looks like a brain. Now our mean we have like what, ridges and furrows are there? No. So those meandrina, it looks like, the meandrina looks like a human brain. That's why they have given the name brain coral. Okay. Now we will see the diagram. One diagram we have finished learning. What is that? Aurelia. One more I'll draw. These are nothing but tentacles, mouth, and the animal name is Adamsia. Adamsia. Okay, and just now I said no, Portuguese man of war. So consider this is the water surface. So this is the water surface. On the water surface, it has pneumatophore, a gastrovascular cavity, a cavity. Inside to the cavity, it is filled by, this cavity is filled by air, okay, or gas, and because of that nature it always flows on the water surface, and next to the under the water surface it has a numerous tentacles. Somewhat it looks like this. Okay, so don't draw these diagrams and all, and this is just extra information. Physalia it is. Physalia. Common name is Portuguese man of war. And let me draw the don't draw this. Somewhat the Gorgonia, a sea fan, look like that, and the sea fan is a polyp form. Okay, and Adamsia, has number of ridges, and this is also a polyp one, meandrina. Brain coral, okay, it has number of alright. So these are all about the phylum Coelenterata. So if you have any doubt, please ask me. Thank you.